Ho ho, boardies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and this is Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, and this is episode 10. Joyeux anniversaire. I've been learning French. I'm only on the first level on Duolingo, but it's a start, right? It's a new New Year resolution. Maybe I'll just try and do the whole intro in French and see if I can get away with it. Anyway, I nearly finished with the first investigation, and now it looks like it's trial time, baby! I don't know what the French is for baby. Probably like bambino, right? Anyway, so... Okay. So... We're going to make our way through, I think, to the hotel's old building. We're very close to the class trial, but I don't know what I need to do to trigger it. I think I spoke to Nekomaru, right? I feel so light-hearted right now. I, Nekomaru, Nidai, is that how I say my name? Have been reborn. I've no intention of losing any more. Okay, so I have spoken to you before. I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you. Who haven't I spoken to? Spoke to you, right? Yes, I did. I'll speak to you. I've been having issues with my stream just randomly crashing for no reason. I don't know whether it's a Streamlabs issue or something. I need to speak to you. So if I suddenly disappear, that's what's up, and I'll be back in a bit. If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit of what I want to say. Did you find out anything? I tried within reason to perform an autopsy on Byakuya's body, and I discovered that there are several puncture wounds around Byakuya's chest and abdominal region. The deep wounds, deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. It can be assumed that a very thin, sharp object around 5mm in diameter was used to stab him over and over again, which is what I believe. Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry. Talking about it made me sad. No need to push yourself. I mostly got the gist of what you wanted to say. I'm sorry. Still, around 5mm in diameter, huh? Isn't that pretty thin? That's as thin as an ice pick. Or an awl. Is it as thin as the thing that was used to hold the meat? Mikan's autopsy results have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Mahiro, what do you got to say for yourself? Hey, you're here. Where the hell did you wander off to? I wasn't wandering. I was investigating as much as I could. I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, then I guess it's fine. So, did you find anything? Yeah, sorta. You don't sound too sure. Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the 2 photos I took before the blackout. I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did, this diagram was the result. Oh, great. So this is everyone's standing position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall. I've made this diagram from analysing those photos, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Just as I thought, Byakuya was standing a far distance from that table. It's impossible, there's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. So that must mean that the other Byakuya is a fake Byakuya? Maybe? But why? Has Byakuya been fake this entire time? Huh, what's this line extending from the table where Byakuya was killed? It's the desk lamp. I drew the power cord for it just in case. The power cord for that desk lamp. If that cord is extending from the table where Byakuya was killed, that means...
Hey.
So, did you find something? It's not clear to me yet. But... I guess you're right. I didn't really understand it myself when I was drawing it. I have a feeling that it's either a potential clue or just a waste of labour. No, it wasn't a waste at all.
Huh?
It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistake that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue. Bing bong. Oh, is it time for the trial?
Alrighty, guys! It's finally time! That's right! It's time for the long-awaited class trial!
I wonder whether it's exactly the same as the first game or whether they've added more mini-games.
Now
Hope
then,
there's more mini
I shall
games.
tell you all the meeting place.
I love the mini-games. Love the rhythm one, that's kind of funny.
At the central island of Jabberwock Island, there is a mountain with my adorable face carved into it.
Of course, it all has to be about you,
friends,
Monakuma.
is Monakuma Rock. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon!
A mountain with a carving of Monakuma's face at the central island. Alright, so first island. Let me have a look at my little guy. I haven't got any presents, have I? Oh, I do. Would you like a cod roe baguette? Yeah, that doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, whatever. Alright, so... Central Island. Oh, here we are. Monakuma Rock. Oh man, what is that aping? What's that? The, Huh?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, what the heck is that mountain? But when did that get there? Never mind that, how did they even make a mountain shaped like Monakuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. I think that she's related to Kyoko in some way, maybe. Hiko and Kyoko. There might be an enormous organization involved in all of this. You mean what Byakuya was said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Byakuya. What happened to Gundam and Fuyu Hiko? And now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it!
Ah, I know. They probably ran away.
No way!
Ah, hell no. There's no way I'd let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with me!
I'm telling you, let me go, see?
Hey!
Hey now, if you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing all this time?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard got killed.
Who the fuck cares about that anyway? You. How can you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
We're doing our best to investigate this murder, even though you don't want, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait.
My hero, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. Dumbass.
Um,
And I guess we're waiting for Gundam.
What happened?
I am right here. Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. Huh?
Hey,
It seems you noticed it too. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Mount Rushmore. That's what it is. Is that right?
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the the trial field!
Please wait a second.
What's this?
My, mon ami! Just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
I.
You actually want to join in?
You massive.
Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought. Masochist. That's how you say that word. I knew it. Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
See ya later.
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over!
Huh?
He told us to come, but how do we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going on?
You mentioned something about a secret entrance. Was it? Secret entrance. Okay. Alright, so it looks like this. Roar! But what? There's something shaking. This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. I love how dumb this game is. Something came out.
No way.
Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it?
what?
Such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Maga Zed is trembling with fear. I love all the stupid names of his hamsters as well. Oh, that's so totally suspicious.
Hey.
Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already.
Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely.
No way.
There's no way. There's just no way we'll find the killer.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. We've come this far. We've no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaken with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. Kaboom. And when each of us entered Monakuma Rock... What on earth? Taking off. Oh no, it's the opposite. Giving down. This is an elevator! I see, this entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. Okay. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. And then the elevator door slowly opened.
Welcome!
Okay, welcome! This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you...
What the hell is he thinking? locking us in a shitty-looking place like this.
Don't fuck with me.
Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole, see? Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written.
Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist it, it won't change a thing. Just as Monakuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we'd been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending. But he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. I would like to save my current progress. Here we go. Alright, so let's see if we can... Have I got any skills? I don't think I have I? No skills. No bitches. What evidence do we have? We have a bunch, don't we? I say let's just go for it. We can do it.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Okay.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive
I
punishment.
just need a little bit of a break from
The wrong person.
doing my dumb voices.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
You betcha.
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
Of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
I think that's already been explained.
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Oh, look at his lovely rosy cheeks.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Mm-hmm.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during the class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after another without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticle, is that how you say that? Then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Most importantly, have fun. Make your argument. Knife, bloodstain under the table, alright? I don't know.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
It was
After they
Mr. Mustard.
murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
No, they didn't. Because the bloodstain isn't dragged. There's no trail of blood. Break.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Thank you.
And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so
So he definitely
stupid,
died under the
boring, and
table.
unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
He was drank under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown.
So he went under the table. Byakuya was killed under the table. So we're saying he was killed under the table.
We found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but
Why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blast.
So if that
Dove under the table.
Byakuya was fake, then maybe that means that the gangster guy, whatever his name is, was disguised as Byakuya?
it's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he died.
Seems unlikely. It looked like Byakuya.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party. Oh. Bloodstained knife found under the table where the body was discovered. Is it the knife? Okay.
I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Mhm.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right? Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment.
I mean, it makes sense that Byakuya was dead before we even walked into the room. So we need to have hidden Byakuya by someone has to be dressed up as him. The only person that's missing is the gangster guy.
Like,
in that
For
room,
example,
I think.
you might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means that there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate holding down the space key, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. Slow down with space. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, and most importantly, have fun. Make your argument. Well, you have these, and the knife. I don't know. This might be more relevant, I don't know.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct.
Okay.
If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands...
How
must
dare
have seen
you.
the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food!
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
But he had the glasses. Have I got it on? Yes.
No, that's
Jacques Hughes!
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Whoa. Whoa, what's that?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
This is interesting. Were you surprised by Mahiro's sudden argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. Oh, is this the rhythm game? In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD keys. Based on the shape of the remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. It's not the rhythm game, it's something else. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right corner of the screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. Okay. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other party's advantage, plus it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. Okay, of course, if you don't want have the correct truth blade, you'll not be able to cut an opponent's remark. This is crazy. It's crazy talk. What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry, it appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name has changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and most importantly, have fun. Okay, so I've got to press things. Okay. Oh, the case.
If
Who's
you
got-
just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Oh. What have I got to do? Can't advance forward. If I'm just listening. I should let my hero say what she wants to say and then find a point that I can argue against.
Just use common sense. The
Okay.
killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Oh. Can't advance forward if I'm just listening.
If you just use the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Advance.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. And in
Right.
reality, that's so those goggles were a plan if the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Found a whole new argument. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute Mahiro's claim with evidence.
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. And in reality, that's so those goggles were a plan in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh! So I've got to click on that instead.
Because if they used night, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were a plan in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Jacques Hughes! That is insane. I love it.
No,
I love it.
definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
Exactly.
See, when you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Creepy.
You totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought to the Duralumin case. Was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too. No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. No. I guess it's got to be the duct tape.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid?
Oh, because of the
Not only did he
letter?
bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder would occur because of the murder threat.
I can prove it with this!
Jacques Hughes.
Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
I got it. Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent for him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monakuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Couldn't be.
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies!
Doesn't matter who wrote it here. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He was a good lad.
You should have told us you received a threatening letter.
You're rocking a camel toe there.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
Kazuichi loves her, doesn't he?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. Byakuya Tagami. Oh, glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers? Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-coloured weak spots will start appearing. Alright, we're going to cover this next time on Borderline Games, but I'll quickly read this little tutorial. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue coloured weak spots would be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. Okay, that's pretty cool. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, and most importantly, have fun. And I'll see you next time on Borderline Games. Thanks for watching, have a good evening, bye bye.